So here you have this game, Minecraft, which intentionally has bad graphics, made to look like a game from the 90s or something. And yet, in many instances, we find it to be a visual upgrade to see something recreated in Minecraft as opposed to its real-life counterpart. A game that was intentionally designed to look low-res, having scales where if you import real-life or non-Minecraft fictional spectacles into the game, that somehow it looks better and more interesting. I don't think anyone expected that, and I think it's really cool. In celebration of that fact, here's 10 of my personal favorite Minecraft recreations from either real life or fictional settings. For number 10, finding beautiful things is a serious business. And what more beauty could you find in the world than a Minecraft recreation of a 59-foot inflatable duck? Twin rubber ducks of this massive size used to sit in Hong Kong's Victoria Harbor, an awesome tourist attraction for kids. Unfortunately, due to the heat, one of the duck's skin was stretched and damaged due to the summer heat, so they deflated one of them in this sad spectacle. CF, the builder of the Minecraft recreation, built the scene just like this: one inflated duck and one duck puddle, before the second duck was pulled away to be repaired, reminding us all of something. I'm just not sure what. The next on the list is a recreation of Disneyland in Minecraft at mc.imaginefun.net. This group is actually not a part of Build the Earth. They've been building Disneyland independently since 2018, and it's almost complete. Every major ride and attraction, you can relive your childhood memories here. All the interiors, even the audio of the in real life rides, and you hear it while you literally ride the rides. A full experience. They've got almost everything complete except the Star Wars park that was built on the sequels. Right! Sounds good to me. Mouseka has been documenting the entire process on his channel, and I've got to tell you, the detail for both these rides and the mini city that is Disneyland, including the surrounding terrain, surpasses the imagination. Number 8 might surprise you. It's the Chernobyl exclusion zone. Now, you might be asking yourself, Pippen, how is Chernobyl beautiful? Are you sick in the head? And the answer is yes. The accident, the dark stories of the evacuation here, the mutated animals, the elephant's foot, the central reactor core mass in the basement from which pure radiation emanates, and the crumbling ghost town that it's turned into after decades. Places like this call to me. I don't know why. As robust as modern society feels, or used to feel, there's still only a couple steps a couple of people in a nuclear-equipped country have to take in order to make this the rest of the world. And as awful as the story of Chernobyl is, its haunting loneliness and its deadly radiation, even that will eventually be buried and reclaimed by nature back to the natural cycle of things. It's a warning to all of society that this could all end, but nature continues. Number 7 is badass. The Death Star, built by IGA Minecraft. This isn't a 1-to-1 scale recreation, not even close, but this guy managed to build this without world edit of any kind. He described this insane way of how he built the shell using the circle of fire particles created in a particular Minecraft mechanic and having command blocks emulate that to create the perfect circle or something. The whole time I was watching this, I was like, dude, just use //sphere. Jesus! You can tell this guy has the mind of an architect and especially an engineer. While he said he found detailed plans on the Death Star online to help him, I've looked into this as well, and they're actually surprisingly undetailed. And you can tell during this video where he basically just acknowledges all of the life support systems a Death Star would need and all of the machines those would need in order for those systems to function, and just proceeds to build them. It even includes the working Alderaan destroying laser. The Emperor would be so proud. Okay, I'm excited about this next one. Number 6 is the Atomium in Brussels, Belgium. Resembling an atom, this structure is way larger than it looks, featuring art galleries, restaurants, and kids events in different respective spheres. This monument was actually created during the 1950s, where excitedness in science had reached an all-time high, particularly for atoms, during a time where they were discovering so many new particles. I love this era in history because of of its optimism. You have to understand, 60 years before this time period, we were all still riding carriages. Suddenly, all this new technology pops up after World War II, and we're even heading into space. This explains the repeated cultural expectation that we would have flying cars and jetpacks in 30 years, and for them, that expectation was for the 1980s. But by 2004, all we had was the Atomium extremely decayed and in a desperate need for a renovation. So they did. They replaced the old peeling aluminum plates with stainless steel, redesigned interiors for futuristic feel and the various aforementioned art galleries and restaurants, and they even have an exterior LED light-up design for at night. And in Minecraft, this extremely aesthetically pleasing structure becomes even more beautiful. At number 5, we have Swallow's Nest Castle in Ukraine on the coast outlooking the Black Sea. This was originally constructed with wooden materials, but was bought by a German noble who rebuilt it in a classic German-style castle design in the early 1900s. There was an earthquake that tore off part of the cliff. The castle was okay, but it was unsafe, so it was closed for 40 years until they put a steel plate in the cliff and repaired the castle, and it's been a restaurant to this day. In terms of the 3 builders who made this and presented these images, Kamchatka, Boreas, and Kix, what I particularly love about it is the combination of real life and Minecraft elements, blurring the line between fiction and reality. The castle itself and the way it's pronounced on this cliff almost expresses the human desire to conquer, unable to capture the sea, which is a wild, intangible thing, thus making the statement that we're watching. Number 4 is mind-blowing. Minecraft has a dragon, but what if you went further with it? Roman has been making dragons in Minecraft for over 10 years. He eventually figured out the best way to make them was with McEdit, and with more and more practice, he's been going larger and larger in size until these things look like something out of an acid trip daydream. He was even featured by Mojang themselves. Roman eventually discovered that the larger you go in Minecraft, the more the harsh edges of Minecraft's blocky nature smooth out, allowing you to get smooth shapes necessary for the shaping of dragons. And since in many different dragon-inhabited universes, dragons keep growing and never stop, going that size is incredibly realistic. Fictionally realistic. My one criticism would be almost all of his dragons are laying or sitting on the terrain in some sort of seductive pose. Let's get some more flying ones. When I was writing out the intro to this video about how some things just look the most surreal in Minecraft as opposed to any other expression, these dragons are what was popping out in my mind. I'd love to see one in cubic chunks with the world height limitation removed, with it being millions of blocks in size someday. For number 3, we're breaking the rules a little bit. This isn't really a recreation of anything, and it's not a single structure or creative project. It's Shovel 241, and I'm just celebrating everything he does, really. With life circumstances lining up, this guy decided to put years of his life into building in creative Minecraft to see where it would take him, and I mean it. He would get up at 5 a.m., do real life for 1 hour, then start building at 6 a.m., and not stop until 6 p.m. Repeat the next day, forever. This guy is like if you took Ash Ketchum from the Pokemon universe and made him a creative Minecrafter. This guy feels for creative the way I used to for survival. I've never understood it, so when I listen to his experience, it's like I'm peering into the mind of an alien. It's beautiful to me, and all the work paid off. He's pushing the limits of the imagination into realms no one could have ever fathomed or expected, manifesting a competency to bring those visions to life that is unmatched with all the daily repeated hours he's put in. Number 2. The Fourth Dimension, recreated by Chris DeCow. The way this dude paints his masterpieces with light is just so amazingly tranquil and awe-inspiring. Combining in-depth research on multi-dimensional physics and fusing it with creative Minecraft building is mashing 2 of my favorite subjects together in a way I never thought possible. The thing is, the fourth dimension is a single line of time representing a fifth-dimensional plane of space-time, where all possible connected timelines form a 2-dimensional sphere of time possibilities possibilities, which becomes fifth dimensional. This extrapolates into a sixth dimensional sphere when you include all unconnected possible timelines of our universe. While Chris DeCow seems to have represented shapes in Minecraft that describe what will be a spatial fourth dimension, I'd be interested to see what the undulated snake and the total sixth dimensional spherical possibilities of viewing time as a spatial field as a superposition of all possible moments in our universe and what sort of Minecraft spectacle that would inspire. But I would say the webbing of this fractal he built that reminds me of Lord of the Rings definitely touches thematically on what the fifth and sixth dimensions would look like. Number 1 is going to be a classic Minecraft viral hit, the City of Babylon, built by Tim 10th Build, who put over 1,000 hours into it. The way the city is tight-knit with its Eastern style, yet at the same time feeling grand and huge in scale, I feel like every element of this thing is so perfect. I know what it's like to put 1,000 hours into a game project. I've done it on RuneScape, Hypixel, and Queen Anne, but the first two were addiction, and the third, dedication. But this guy has multiple 1,000 plus hour projects on his channel which clearly fall into the dedication category. Bravo. But there was another project I was thinking of for number 1. The problem is, it's very old and very unfinished, so I didn't select it for that reason. But it's so unknown and I like it so much, I want to show it anyway. I love hunting down secret, completely unknown things, projects with low view counts, etc., and bringing it to people to see. If you want a video where I find a bunch of stuff like that, let me know in the comments. Here's the alternate number 1, or the video's honorable mention, Coruscant. With the lack of colors and everything, it's clearly quite unfinished. But within the abrasive lack of polish in this rough build, I see a diamond. The potential for Coruscant 1-to-1 scale. The shapes and the amazing way Coruscant is detailed and featured in the Star Wars prequel movies, and the way it's mapped to Minecraft in this old attempt is so charming to me. It shows the potential of what could be accomplished if a person or team actually starts dedicating resources and effort into making it real. For now, this adorable relic piques our imagination of the possibilities. Thanks for watching, and a huge thanks to our legendary top-tier patrons, Comrade Bake, DPRK, Cristiano Frazanetti, and Solly. Thanks.